Hey guys, back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at some leaked stuff coming to Prodigy, so let's get into the video. Alright, so we have some new stuff in-game along with some leaks for Winterfest, so let's go ahead and check them out. So first we have some stuff in-game. We're going to start with the one or maybe two outfits that were added. I think this is new, but we're going to look at the fancy frock first. And this is a defense bonus of 78. It kind of just looks like a fancy suit in a way. And it says fancy clothes worn by fancy folks to fancy parties for fancy occasions. And we already have a hat for this in-game. Here it is right here, the fancy top hat. So that will be part of this set. We also got a wand for it, which is the fancy cane. And this is what it looks like. It's sort of just like an owl. And it says a stylish cane to go with an elegant assembly that makes a person want to say bah humbug. So I guess this is sort of supposed to be like for Scrooge or something like that. Not 100% sure. But yeah, that's sort of what it seems like. And then we have an outfit another outfit, the Festival Master garb. This is sort of another one of those just like one piece things that they're doing. So like for Pumpkin Fest, we had the Festival Master broom. I guess they're all called the Festival Master stuff. We also got the Festival Master hat right here. So I guess we're gonna get a full Festival Master set. Kind of just needs the boots relic. Maybe we'll get him out. Maybe we'll get a buddy. We'll just have to see on that. But going back to this outfit, it has a defense bonus of 180. It kind of looks a little odd. If I were to take off my boots, I wonder what this would look like. So, okay, yeah, it's kind of like a dress, I guess. It is a defense bonus of 180, and it's this mythical clothing filled with Winterfest magic, which belonged to the wizard who started festivals. So yeah, not too good looking in my opinion. And then moving on to relics, we did get a lot of updates to relics, and we actually technically got a lot of relics added into the game. We're gonna start with the 4 down here. We have the fancy relic right here, which says a relic born of selfish desires tempered by reality's harsh truths. And the spell for this is Humbug, which is, I guess, a new spell. Doesn't look too cool in my opinion. We also have the Winterfest relic right here. And this says the official relic worn by helpers at Winterfest, and this does Well Wish, which I think is probably a new spell. We also got Anorak relic, which does Sudden Chill, and it says this relic holds the power of a winter sprite's wink. And then we have the Aquascale relic, which I don't know where we're going to be getting this, but it does Undertow, which I guess is probably a new spell. And it says a beautiful relic from one of the ruling underwater cities of the Merlings. So that would be cool if we sort of got something to do with the Merlings that's not Shipwreck Shore, but that probably will not happen. And then all of the ancient relics got updated to be legendary. All of their descriptions slightly changed. Now it says a powerful relic of unknown origin that holds plant magic of tremendous power tied to the ancient's first trial. And then if we were to just keep going, it's pretty much the exact same thing over and over again. So yeah, there's nothing too interesting there. We also got the I don't even know what you'd call these. All these relics got added to the game as well. We have called Antique and Archaic. So the antique ones, these I think may all have new spells. I'm not 100% sure on that. I think their descriptions are pretty much all the same. So this says an astral relic from the distant past with trace amounts of power. And then the archaic astral relic says an astral relic from ancient wizard archives filled with power. So or still filled with power. So this does Astral Volley. Then the unique water wand or relic does Ocean Rush. Pretty much the exact same description. Here's the archaic water relic with Ocean Squall. We have the antique fire relic, which does Lava Rave. The archaic fire relic, which does Lava Discharge. The antique plant relic, which does Branching Grapple. The archaic plant relic, which does Forest March. The antique ice relic, which does Glacier's Freeze, which I guess isn't new. We have archaic ice relic, which does Glacier's Grind. We have the antique storm relics. So these ones, or we can see Shadow is coming up. This does Hurricane's Puff. Archaic storm relic does Hurricane's Rush. And then, yeah, so here are the storm ones. This one does Dark Ring. The archaic one does Dark Pummel. And the ancient shadow relic does Dark Eruption. And this one says a powerful relic of unknown origin that houses a dangerous shadow magic of tremendous power. So this one I kind of think is important because it does have to do with, or I kind of doesn't confirm that we're going to be getting some sort of Harmony Island update, or it doesn't support that we could be getting one, because of the description not having anything to do with Harmony Island. I do want to just take a quick look at this. Yeah, I don't think that these two have any sort of meaning in their descriptions. Then we have the antique physical relic, which says Massive Expansion. And it says it's a bizarre relic from the distant past that houses a simple non-elemental spell. The archaic physical relic, which does Massive Salvo. And it says a strange relic found buried deep in an ancient site housing non-elemental magic. And then we have the ancient physical relic, which does Massive Impact. And it's a powerful relic of unknown origin that houses a non-elemental spell of tremendous power. So that one, again, does not have anything to do with Harmony Island, so that is a little concerning. And then we did also get 3 new boots as well. We have the Winterfest boots right here, which have a dodge bonus of 164. And it says the official boots worn by helpers at Winterfest. And yeah, they're kind of just boots. We also have the Anorak boots, which I don't know what set this is supposed to be part of. I don't know what the Anorak set is. But it says boots with a unique reflective lining to keep your feet nice and warm. And then we have the deluxe holiday boots, which have a dodge bonus of 228, and it says deluxe boots that make your feet feel like $1 million gift. So that is what I believe everything that was added into the game. There were no new buddies. I guess there were some new items. They were all morphs. So we got the Ice Crystal Tree Morph, Shiver Tusk Morph, Chill Puff Morph, Seasonal Stocking, Snow Fluff, Dino Dig Skull, Froggy, and Shade. Froggy might have already run in the game though. So yeah, that was everything added in-game. Now we're gonna go ahead and look at some stuff that is not in-game yet. So, the Ice Worm got a new spine, or I guess its spine was updated to be rasterized /HD. So this is what it looks like now. Kind of just looks the exact same, except it's rasterized now. Here is what it looks like. Pretty much the exact same. It actually has a lot of animation. So here's its taunt animation. Here's its stun hit animation. Here's its mound purple, which I don't know what that's supposed to be. Mound blue, idle stun. Here's its idle. Here's its hide animation. And then here is its emerge animation. So nothing too special there. The same thing happened for, I guess this is the Shadow Ice Worm. It was updated to be rasterized as well. Here is what it looks like now. I'm not going to go through all the animations again for this one. Now, we also got some faces for the ice worms. So this is called Statue Worm Magicoin. So if you don't have enough or if you have already battled the ice worm today, you're gonna have to pay Magicoin just like the past 2 festivals. And then if you haven't battled it today, this will be the thing that pops up instead. And then moving on, there is a background Winterfest milestones. So this is what it's going to look like. We also have background Winterfest, so this will be like in the background of the quests that you have to do for Winterfest. We also have Magic Snowflake promo, so nothing too special here, I guess. We also have card reveal yellow 130 by 130. So I'm not really sure what this is supposed to be. I think that they might be doing like daily gifts by something that we're gonna look at a little later. But this is what I guess it's supposed to be. But here is UI Festival. So this is the UI for Winterfest. We can see really the only few things that were added. We have this up here, this, and I guess here's what it used to look like. Here's what it looks like now. So not really anything too new. They probably could have updated the snowman over here, but they did not. Then moving on, we have card reveal 130 by 130, which looks a little different from the one that I showed earlier. Now, we also have this. This is called Winterfest About 1. We sort of already saw this in the UI for Winterfest. So, from this, not really it doesn't really tell us that much. I assume there would be words here that would tell us more information. Really, all it tells us is that Comedy is going to be some sort of reward. I guess it may be a reward from this. Like, if you flip this, you'll get Comedy. That's sort of how I think this Winterfest is going to work. Now, we also have Winterfest About 2, which ready to collect. So I guess you are going to have to complete some sort of mission to be getting each of the rewards. And after that, you'll be able to collect your reward, just how like every single other festival has been, or I guess it's just the past 2 festivals. Now we also got an update to Gale. Now I am filming this a day late because I started recording like very late in the day, so this is coming out a day after Gale got updated. So it was updated to be rasterized. It doesn't look too great. But here are the faces for it. So this is face 0. Here is face 1. Here is face 2. And here is face 3. So kind of looks a little odd. But yeah, that is what Gale looks like now. Now we did also get a couple of status effects. This one is called Regen. It's just a heart with a plus symbol in the middle. We also got one called Spell Effect Swirl. BW stands for black and white. And there's also pretty much the exact same thing, but this one is colored. I guess it's sort of like a reddish color. So not really anything too interesting here. I don't know what this effect is going to do. We also have some leaked pet gear coming to the game. So I think this is all in-game. Like, if you were to hack to get it, you could. But the hacks for pet relics and pet hats aren't really that great. So I'm not going to be showing them in this video in-game. But yeah, this is one of them. This is like a sword inside of some ice, it looks like. We also got just this cloud, which nothing too special there. We got this, which is sort of like a piece of magma, I guess. And then we have a stake with a fork in it. Those are all the pet hats. We did also get some pet relics. This one is a hockey stick with a hockey puck on it. We also got this one, which is just a cup of hot chocolate. We got a fork, which I guess would be going with the steak hat that we got. And then there's also this salt shaker, which could also go with the steak hat that we got. Alright, and then we also did get new voice lines for Winterfest, so we do have like a new idea of what Winterfest is going to be about, what the storyline is going to be, and it also gives us a hint for what's going to be in the next festival, which is actually going to be a new festival. So, this is called Voice Winterfest Act 1 Howard Cornelius 02, so I guess I skipped over 01. So this is line 1.
Hello, want some gingerbread cookies?
So the person that he's saying hello to, in case you couldn't understand, is Worm. It kind of says Worm a little weird, but this is going to be the ice worm that we see in Crystal Caverns. And yeah, he is also sick in this. You could tell by the sneeze that he made. So here is the second line.
I speak Wim. They said the puppet master wants all the gifts.
So this gives the sort of storyline of this Winterfest, which is going to be that the puppet master wants all the gifts from Winterfest. So yeah, that is going to be the storyline. Let's move on to the third line.
They'll come every day after school to steal the gifts. Please help me save Winterfest.
So that kind of continues on. The puppet master wants to steal the gifts. He's going to do it after school, and it's the wizard's job to protect the gifts. So here is the fourth line.
Come back every day after school to battle the worm, and I'll give you a new gift.
Nothing too interesting here, sort of just the exact plot that we've had the last two festivals, Starlight Festival and Pumpkin Fest, where you go to battle the boss of the festival and the statue, and from that you'll get some sort of reward, sort of. Last two we really haven't gotten a reward. Maybe this time we will actually get rewards for battling the ice worm. Because really, from the other festivals, you've just gotten currency. Maybe from this, we'll actually get some items. So this is from the second act, and this is line 1.
The worm says, I won't give up on the gifts. I'll be back every day after school.
So I guess this may sort of be like Starlight Festival, how we had those sort of different parts of the storyline where if you completed a certain amount of quests, you can move on to the second part. So this is for the second part, and it's just the worm not giving up. So yeah, nothing too interesting aside for that. Moving on to the second dialogue from the second act.
Well, we're still saving some gifts. Keep up the good work, wizard.
Nothing really interesting there either. Moving on. So this is an act for Pipit. This is Act 3, Pipit _01. And this is Pipit talking to the worm.
Don't say that, worm. I promised Winterfest gifts to the puppet master. You must steal them.
So the worm doesn't actually have any dialogue. All it says is roar. But yeah, basically it's Pipit telling the worm to keep trying to get the gifts. So moving on.
I've got an idea. Let's call your brother. That Yeti is allergic to worms. He'll never stop sneezing.
So this is Pipit saying that they need to get the shadow worm, which you battle in the academy. It could also be Makalu from Crystal Caverns, not really sure. But yeah, this is basically an attempt to make Howard Cornelius more sick, because he's apparently allergic to ice worms. So, moving on.
2 worms! Help me!
Nothing really interesting there, just Howard Cornelius seeming to get more sick, so let's move on to the next one.
Finally! My nose feels much better. Thank you for saving me and this festival, wizard.
So that's sort of just like us saving the festival by, I guess, getting rid of the ice worms. So then Howard Cornelius is no longer sick, and this is for the finale of Winterfest. So this next one is from Pippet. This is finale Pippet _01.
This game is over, wizard. Give your gifts to the puppet master.
So yeah, nothing really too much that I can add there. Just Pippet telling the wizard to give up.
Worm! Pippet! Where are you? And my gifts?
So this is the puppet master speaking here, and he is just trying to figure out where the gifts from the worm and Pippet are, but of course we stopped that from happening.
Why is my nose so itchy? Achoo! Pippet, where is my medicine?
So nothing too interesting here, just seems that the puppet master has gotten sick as well. And then we'll move into the final dialogue, which is very interesting.
They'll be sorry. A new year is coming, and with it, my best plan yet. Achoo!
So it seems like we're going to be getting some sort of festival around the time of the new year. This has been theorized to be the Chinese New Year, which would mean that we could potentially be getting the new Moon Island as part of a festival, which would be sort of disappointing because it wouldn't be something that we can access year-round. But yeah, it seems like we'll be getting some sort of festival. It kind of seems like Prodigy is trying to do festivals year-round. Not really sure if that's what their main goal is, but we should be hopefully getting some sort of boss for this Moon Island. So some stuff was also added into the data. There was some stuff, if you want to reread Howard Cornelius's lines, you can right here. We got a new name for the Rift currency, which is going to be called Golden Dragon Scales instead of Glimmer Dragon Scales. Elemental boosts are going to it says all fire spells do 40% more damage. Each one is going to get a 40% damage buff if you have these effects active, I guess. And then we can see here that the worm, pretty much all they're going to say is roar. We can see right here, intro worm, it just says roar. And then at the ending, it's just going to have a longer roar. And then, yeah, that's pretty much everything that was added. We have a few quests right here, which not really that important. But yeah, that was pretty much everything that was added, I guess, yesterday. So that is going to go ahead and end the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and bye.